feel لدينا
Does the Quran allow for any type of concept of Allah having a son?
From an Islamic perspective, the Quran has intentionally avoided the use of the term father to refer to God as. And that's because people got it confused and began to think that it was a biological son and fathership, not a metaphor.
In the time of Jesus and at the time of Moses, the pagans had a conception of their chief God as a father who would biologically procreate offspring. In spite of that, the Bible writers, the true prophets, unlike Muhammad, did not shy away from calling God Father. So he's not listening.
Islam prohibits the use of the term father for Allah not because this concept was unknown in pre-Islamic times, but rather due to the influence of traditions that existed before Islam. Both Judaism and Christianity have historically used the term father for God, whether in the Old Testament or in the teachings of Jesus Christ in the New Testament. However, Islam came with a strong rejection of this concept and codified this denial in the Quran, particularly in Surah Al-Ikhlas 112:3, which states, "He neither begets nor is born."
Let me finish the point, dude. I know you're scared. Calm down. Breathe. Logos. One more time. Let's see, pretend if you're hearing it. The Bible writers and the prophets and Jesus still did not shy away from using the term father because they didn't let the pagans rob them of using an intimate term. So why is it the true prophets, unlike your prophet, did not stop using the term father just because the pagans had a wrong conception? What they did was correct the misconception, and they stuck with the name because it's an intimate name referring to God having spiritual, not intimacy with his servants. Why get rid of it when the true prophets didn't?
Okay, again, as far as Islam goes, there's nothing wrong with the word father, to be honest with you, because...
No, to your prophet there was. Don't speak on behalf of your prophet.
Okay, I think I've answered the question. So now let's come back to the Bible and let's...
He's sensing Avery keeps running?
Okay,
hold on.
He asked me about Islam and how come we don't use the word...
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, KW. What you said is that the Quran makes a correction to the concept of a biological son of Allah. That's what you said. That's not what I asked.
It's not
it avoided the use of the word father because people would get it mixed up and begin to think that it was
biological. All right, so that's why I asked you. I didn't ask you that. I didn't ask you that, KW. I asked you, does the Quran allow for any concept of Allah having a son? Whether biological or spiritual?
I said no. I answered the question. I'll answer it again.
Thank you.
No.
So no.
In Islam, yes, I'm saying no.
Abba, Greek Abba, from the Aramaic Ab, means father or dad. This Aramaic word entered the Hebrew language, and in the Babylonian Talmud was used as a child's address to their father. The term conveys both reverence and intimacy. It appears that Jesus was the first to call God Abba and granted his disciples the right to do the same. And he said, "Abba, Father, all things are possible unto thee. Take away this cup from me. Nevertheless, not what I will, but what thou wilt." This passage highlights Jesus' intimate relationship with God, using Abba to express both deep reverence and personal closeness, a concept absent in Islamic theology, but central to Christian faith. In the New Testament, Abba appears 3 times, each time referring to God and immediately followed by its Greek translation. This dual designation was commonly used in the Greek-speaking early church and was likely part of the liturgy.
In Islam,
he's been asked a lot of questions. I want to now bury the Quran a little bit, and we'll come back to the Bible.
He asked 2 questions. I read 2 verses.
Can you show me your explanation from the Quran where Muhammad said that's the reason why he rejected the term from your Quran?
Well, it's not in the Quran, but it is.
Okay, good. That's it. You admit it. You're making it up as you go along. You're making your own religion. Open up for him, chapter 43, verses 3 to 4. Open up from chapter 43, verses 3 to 4.
Avery, can I get back to trying to make my
No, you ain't getting nowhere, bro. We've been answering you. You're going to answer some of our stuff.
What are you afraid of, Sam?
Yeah, I'm afraid. I've been destroying your back. And listen, son, let daddy show you how it's done. 43, verses 3 to 4. Read it first.
All right, behold, we have made it in Arabic Quran. Happily, you will understand. Perhaps you'll understand. And behold, it is the essence of the book.
That's not what the Arabic says. It says Kitab.
Oh, come on, man.
Oh, come on, man. Do you read the Arabic? I'm telling you what the Arabic is. Oh, come on, man.
Yeah, I can read the Arabic.
Okay, tell me what the Arabic is. Go ahead.
Inna ja'alnahu Qur'ana Arabiyya La'alakum ta'alamun. That's what it says.
Now read verse 4. Go ahead. Yeah.
وَإِنَّهُ فِي كِتَابٍ لَدَيْنَا لَعَلَّ جَاكِينَ.
What's al-Kitab? Which you laughed at me when I told you what it means. You just read it.
Means a community of the people.
No, it doesn't. No.
No. Or it could mean mother is another.
Oh, okay. Kitab means what?
It could mean a mother, or it could mean a.
No, in this context, it says it's the of the Kitab. What does that mean? Translate.
I would say this was probably mother, because it's
mother of what?
Huh?
Mother of what?
The book of the book.
Okay, good.
Muslims often reject the concept of the Son of God in Christianity by arguing that Allah neither begets nor is begotten, claiming that the term implies a biological meaning. However, if they were truly consistent in their reasoning, they should apply the same logic to the term found in the Quran, Kitab, mother of the book. If the Quran has a mother, then the question arises, who is its father? Does this mean that there is a husband of Kitab who is the father of the Quran? If the terms son and father in Christian theology must be understood biologically, then why shouldn't mother of the book also be interpreted in a biological sense? In Christian theology, the term Son of God was never meant in a biological sense, but rather as a theological and metaphorical expression that refers to the eternal relationship between the Father and the Son within the Godhead. However, Muslims who reject this concept often use materialistic reasoning and falsely accuse Christians of believing that God has a wife in order to bear a son. If they wish to be consistent, they must answer, should Kitab also be understood biologically? Who is the father of the mother of the book? If Kitab is only a metaphor, why must Son of God be denied a metaphorical meaning?
So now, why did you laugh earlier? Hold on. Why did you laugh earlier when I said it doesn't mean essence of the scripture? It means mother of the book. Oh, come on, man. You just admitted.
No, I wasn't laughing about what you were saying. I was laughing about how childish you're acting.
Okay, so now let's come back.
Hold on. That's what I was saying. Come on, man.
Let's come back to the issue.
Child is what I'm trying to say.
Let's come back to the issue. Since it says this Quran is in the mother of the book that is with us. This Quran is in the mother of the book that's with us. So the Quran has a mommy?
No. Okay, the mother of the book.
Mother of the book mean?
Let me finish. Okay, I can explain it to you. Now, we believe that the Quran, the Zabur, the Injil, and the Torah, and many other books, by the way, all come from a book that's in heaven. Okay, and we just believe that the Quran is the last portion of that book.
You didn't answer the question. What does it mean, mother of the book?
Meaning it's in the mother of the book.
What is the mother?
Part of the book, it's a part of a master record, if you will, that has
Why is it called the mother?
Right. It's a part of a master record, if you will.
Why call it a mother?
It's just a figure of speech, man. What are you talking about?
But hold on. The pagans.
Why call the earth mother?
Hold on.
Why is the earth called Mother Earth?
The pagans would have misunderstood that if you say there's a mommy there with Allah, then that means that this is a biological relationship. So why use it?
You got to be a little bit sharper than that. Low brown.
Why don't you refute me? I don't need to be.
Why is the earth called a mother? Why is the earth called a mother?
That's what you need to ask your prophet. So I'm going to ask you the question again. Since the pagans would have misunderstood the terms mother and father in a biological sense, why is it that your Quran will speak of the mother of the book that's with Allah? If it's with Allah, that's Allah's consort and Allah's the daddy.
In theological debates between Christianity and Islam, one of the main objections Muslims have against Christianity is the use of the term Son of God for Jesus Christ and Father for God. They reject this concept by arguing that Allah neither begets nor is begotten, and they accuse Christians of interpreting these terms biologically. However, if logical consistency is truly maintained, then they must apply the same reasoning to the term found in the Quran, Kitab, mother of the book. If the Quran has a mother, then a logical question arises. Who is the father? Does this mean that there is a husband of Kitab who is the father of the Quran? If the term son in Christian theology must be understood biologically, then why shouldn't mother of the book also be interpreted in a biological sense? The fact is, Islam itself uses many metaphorical terms to describe spiritual concepts. For example, Ruh Allah, or Spirit of Allah in Islam, is often associated with the creation of human beings. Yet Muslims do not consider humans to be biological children of Allah simply because they possess His Spirit within them. Brother in faith is a term used in Islam to refer to fellow Muslims, but no Muslim interprets this as a literal biological brotherhood. Kitab, mother of the book, is used to refer to the divine scripture or revelation, yet no one claims that the book has a biological father. If these terms in Islam can be understood metaphorically, then why do Muslims suddenly insist that Father and Son of God in Christianity must be understood biologically? This clearly demonstrates a double standard in their way of thinking. When Muslims apply a double standard, claiming that Kitab is a metaphorical term, but refusing to acknowledge that Father and Son of God in Christianity are also theological terms, what happens is not a pursuit of truth, but an arbitrary rejection without a logical and consistent foundation. If Muslims want to deny the concept of Son of God based on biological reasoning, then they must also apply the same logic to the terms in the Quran. If they refuse to do so, then they must acknowledge that their understanding has been flawed and filled with internal contradictions.